Welcome to today's Explainer. Okay, we've got an absolutely fascinating topic to dive into today. We're unpacking a really unique essay based on the teachings of Guy Shifeng, who is the founder of Life Chen Yuan. The essay is titled The Cost of Credit Bankruptcy, A Revelation from American Homeless. And what's so captivating about this is how Shifeng draws this brilliant, totally unexpected line between a very grounded, earthly economic issue, specifically the homelessness crisis in the US, and the profound, cosmic laws of karma and integrity. It's literally a journey from the concrete streets all the way to the management of the universe itself.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the earthly costs of broken credit, and then we'll zoom way out to the cosmic rule of law and the core Life Chen Yuan philosophy. After that, we'll look at the wider ripples of credit bankruptcy, the path of repentance, and finally, we'll completely redefine the true cosmic meaning of credit. Let's get right into it.
First up, Part 1, the earthly costs of broken credit and how it acts as the root of homelessness. Now, before we get deep into the spiritual side of Guy Shifeng's teachings, we really need to establish his real-world grounding. He anchors this entire cosmic philosophy in a very tangible reality. He notes that in the affluent United States, there are roughly 600,000 homeless individuals, mostly living in really tough conditions on the streets. And while he absolutely acknowledges there are multiple factors at play here, Shifeng diagnoses one massive underlying root cause for this crisis: the bankruptcy of personal credit.
He outlines this devastatingly mechanical downfall. It's basically a domino effect. First, an individual's credit goes bankrupt and gets recorded by the judicial system. Next, those federal databases flag the broken credit history, and the real-world result? Well, companies refuse to hire them, and landlords simply refuse to rent to them. In a society built on the rule of law, a broken earthly promise quite literally shuts you out of society. The consequences are just immediate and dire.
That brings us to Part 2. The cosmic rule of law, where we scale this whole concept from Earth to the universe.
Having established just how strictly credit is managed here on Earth, Shifeng scales this idea up massively. We're moving from the micro level of bank accounts directly into the macro, spiritual level of the cosmos. He makes this striking parallel. Think about it. Just as the US judicial system meticulously records your financial credit and punishes you if you break it, the management of the universe, what he calls the Tao, operates on a cosmic rule of law that meticulously records your human integrity. You might be able to trick a bank, sure, but Shifeng argues you absolutely cannot trick the universe's accounting system.
He captures the inescapable nature of this tracking system with a really evocative thought, writing, "Divine punishments, though slow, are always sure, with big meshes, yet letting nothing slip through." You know, you might think you've gotten away with a broken promise today, or maybe next week, but the meshes of the Tao's net, they're eventually going to catch you. It's just an incredibly powerful way to visualize how karma operates as this ultimate fail-proof database of our actions.
Moving into Part 3, let's look at the Life Chen Yuan philosophy and the true spiritual stakes of integrity.
Under this cosmic law, how are members of Life Chen Yuan actually instructed to behave? Well, it boils down to this severe, almost shocking maxim: better to lose one's life than to break one's word. That right there is the extreme weight and fundamental importance that the Life Chen Yuan philosophy places on honesty. Shifeng stresses over and over that integrity isn't just some nice moral trait to have if you feel like it. It is the absolute foundation of being human. Without it, the proper path won't even appear to you, and life simply cannot endure.
So, this creates a pretty clear spiritual ultimatum in Shifeng's teachings. Maintaining integrity is the fundamental requirement to reach heaven through cultivation. Heaven just never accepts those who lack it. Conversely, he notes that while clever people might evade earthly punishment and, gain some temporary wealth through deception, they are ultimately destined for the devil's clan, the animal world, or hell. Basically, escaping the credit bureau on Earth does absolutely nothing to save you from these cosmic destinations.
Now for Part 4, the ripples of credit bankruptcy and the consequences at every scale.
You see, Shifeng's philosophy ripples out far beyond just the individual spiritual journey. Broken trust ruins human organization at every conceivable level. If a government's credit goes bankrupt, public trust completely evaporates. Foreign exchanges are cut off, and the country descends into total chaos. For a company, a broken promise leads straight to literal financial bankruptcy. And for an individual, bankrupt credit ensures a difficult path with virtually no bright prospects. Across the board, a lack of integrity scales directly to ruin.
Which leads us to Part 5, repentance and facing punishment. Is there actually hope after a broken promise? Because up to this point, this philosophy probably sounds like a very strict, cautionary warning. But what if you actually break your promise? Let's be real. Human error is inevitable, right? Well, the Life Shenyuan teachings do offer a path forward here. Shufeng writes that heaven will not forsake a person who sincerely repents, who undergoes self-reflection, and who earnestly seeks to rebuild their integrity.
But the path back to good standing is incredibly counterintuitive. If you break a promise, Shu Feng states you have to willingly accept the consequences without blaming anyone else. Receiving punishment is actually viewed as a good thing. It indicates the Tao is still correcting you, meaning there's still hope for you to rebuild your integrity and reach heaven. Escaping punishment, on the other hand, is distinctly bad. It basically signifies that the cosmos has given up on you entirely and there's no hope left.
Finally, Part 6, redefining the concept of credit, moving from earthly contracts all the way to karmic energy.
So how does Guide Xufeng actually define the word credit when you put it all together? It scales up through levels. At its simplest, credit just means keeping your word so your promises yield actual tangible results. On a slightly more complex level, it means adhering to formal contracts and fulfilling your agreements, like paying rent so you don't face earthly homelessness. But at the absolute highest cosmic level, Xufeng defines credit as conducting yourself so that the sum of positive and negative energies equals exactly zero. Violating this energetic balance is the ultimate form of credibility bankruptcy.
So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. Is your cosmic energy balance currently at zero? We started this explainer looking at the tragic reality of homelessness caused by a broken financial system. But Guide Xufeng's Life Shenyuan philosophy challenges us to look so much deeper. Whether it's a loan from a bank or just a promise to a friend, every single word we speak registers on the universe's meticulously maintained ledger. So keep your word, maintain your integrity, and keep that cosmic balance at zero. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I really hope this sparks your curiosity to explore these profound concepts even further.